Hello guys, welcome back to my Isotretinoin treatment series. This is month number 8 and I'm on day 223. Yay. So not a whole lot's been going on. I'm kind of just waiting. I feel like I'm a little bit in limbo, just waiting to see my dermatologist in a week's time. I suppose I'm looking forward to that because I feel like there's like something happening with the treatment, because at the moment it's just like I'm just taking the pills. I'm getting nosebleeds, and I think my lips have been really fucked up lately, and I think that maybe I'm dehydrated because I've been getting nosebleeds fairly often. They're not bad, like they're totally manageable, but it hasn't really been something that I've dealt with as much up to now as I am right now. So nosebleeds, that's the thing. Yay. And really, really fucking dry lips, like just bad dry lips. So I don't really know why those two things are worse than they have been previously. I think, like I said, maybe I'm dehydrated, so I'm trying to drink more water. But otherwise, there's really not a lot to say. I'm just taking the pills. I'm counting down the days until I get off the medication. I feel like I might have my life back. So yeah, last month I talked about, looking forward to getting off the medication, because I want to see if it comes back. Like, has it worked? Is this something that has this whole treatment been worth it? Is it gone? Is it gone for good? Am I going to go back to just having like the normal occasional breakout, or is my acne going to come back? Then how the fuck do I deal with it? So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Day 236. I'm so close to finishing 8 months. How exciting. So I saw my dermatologist earlier this week and we talked about my exit strategy, which was great. Okay, we didn't talk about my exit strategy first. The first thing we talked about was the current global climate, because it's fucked. And then we talked about how my skin was looking. And he was very, very, very happy with my skin. He had a closer look to check for scarring, because when I first saw him, he mentioned scarring might be a serious issue for me. It might be something that I'm permanently left with. It might be something that would require other treatments after finishing my isotretinoin course. And he said that, looking at my skin, I'm super lucky that I didn't have more scarring than I do have. He did see that there was, a little bit, but it's really, really not bad, and other people probably aren't even going to notice it. And I agreed with that. I was like, look, I feel like it's a massive silver lining for me. I've been really lucky with how my skin has ultimately healed. So there was no discussion about having any sort of dermal therapies or light therapies or anything like that after the treatment. So that's good. Fantastic. Tick. And then we talked about what my options were for weaning myself off the medication. So he said that in a perfect world, we would do 5 milligrams a day until the end of the year. So we're currently in May, mid-May, when I'm filming this, and that would mean another 6.5 months, or 6 months after I had finished my, this particular month's course, another 6 months of the medication. And I was like, no, do we have to? And he said we definitely can continue on with the 10 milligrams until the end of the 12-month cycle. So another 4 months of isotretinoin after this at 10 milligrams a day. And I said that that is what I would prefer to do, because this medication, it's just like, it stops you from living just a normal life. It's not necessarily difficult to adjust to it, but it's fucking annoying. And he was actually quite happy for me to stay on the medication for 10 milligrams for the next 4 months. So we agreed that that was what I would do. He did ask me, I mentioned, and he has known this since I started this medication, that I wanted to go off the pill. And if you're a female, you have to be on birth control when you're on this medication. They won't give it to you unless you're on birth control. So I had no option but to stay on the pill. And he said, when you finish the medication, stay on the pill until the end of the year, and in the new year, go off the pill. And then we will be able to determine that if there are any breakouts that you experience after going off the pill, they're most likely hormonal, and we can address that if it's like problematic. So that's pretty much the plan. I think when he mentioned that to me, like that is what he would like me to do if I was willing to, I thought that was a really reasonable request, and actually really, really smart. That gives me, by the time I go off the medication, sort of late September, it'll give me, you know, until the end of the year, just to see how my skin goes being off the medication. So yeah, I think that's fair and that's smart. Previously in the past, when I wasn't dealing with acne, I did get the occasional breakout, but they were normal pimples, you know, the ones that will come up if you aren't, you know, you're not great with washing your skin properly, or maybe they are hormonal and it will pop up and then a few days later it goes away and it's just a normal pimple. It doesn't turn into this big open weeping cystic spot on my face. So if I'm getting spots like that, they're normal spots, you know, pop up and then piss off after a few days, fine. That's normal. I think everyone experiences them at some stage. But if it's out of control, then I definitely need to go and see the derm again. So that's the plan. That is the plan going forward. I don't think there's anything. I feel like there was something else that I needed to talk about, and I can't remember. Oh, that's right, my lips. So, a little while before, like, it was maybe a week before I went and saw the dermatologist, I noticed something was going on with my lips. They were really, really sensitive. They were a tiny bit swollen. And they hurt. They were so sore. And I couldn't work out what it was. And I thought maybe because I've been using like a tingly lip gloss to help hydrate them, that I had developed, I don't think it was an allergy, potentially like a sensitivity to maybe the tingly ingredient. And I knew I was seeing the dermatologist, so I was like, all right, discontinue the lip gloss, just use a normal lip balm, and we'll get him to have a look when I see him. And I asked him about it. I was like, look, I don't think it's the medication. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so, because I'm only experiencing it now, and I've been on this medication for almost 8 months. I've almost finished like my 8th month of this medication. And he took a close look at them to see what was going on, and he said, yeah, I think they're a little bit like upset. They're upset with something. So I told him, you know, maybe the lip gloss. He said it could be that, but he also thought it was potentially more of like weather changes. He said, okay, well, we know you've been inside a lot. It's getting colder and you probably have the heating running a lot more. And I was like, yes. And he said that could actually be it. It could just be your body adjusting. And it kind of made perfect sense to me because every single year, I can pretty much set my clock to it. When the weather starts to change here in Melbourne, my skin and pretty much my whole body goes through like a thing. It's like it's readjusting itself. My oily skin would go like flaky, dry and tight and crazy. Same as my body. Sometimes I would like get breakouts that were weird, or I'd have a flare up of my eczema or something like that. So kind of makes sense. I pretty much like maintained the discontinuation using words. I didn't go back to using the lip gloss straight away. I stayed just with the normal lip balm. I'm struggling with words. I continued to use normal lip balm. And it actually cleared up. I think I noticed it about 2 days after speaking to the dermatologist about it. So, yeah, that was a thing that I experienced as well. Probably not related to the medication. Maybe because I've never had that issue with my lips before. Like they'll get dry with the changing of the season, but this was next level. This was really like I'd wake up in the morning and I'd yawn, and like in here I would feel like the corners of my mouth cracking, and I've never experienced that on this medication. You know, when I put on my lip balm at night, I put a little bit extra in the corners to prevent that, because I know that can be a huge issue for people who are on this medication and experiencing dry lips. But this time, even when I had like lip balm on, I could feel they were really, really tight. So that was something special that I experienced, which was great. Oh, and something else. That's right. So, basically, when we were talking about, oh my God, my brain literally just fucking shut down. Well, what's wrong with me? I feel like I need a nap. When we were talking about weaning off the medication, he said that the ultimate goal was essentially to have 3 months of skin with 0 breakouts. So absolutely no breakouts, not even little ones. So when he was telling me this, I was like, okay, so when was my last breakout? And when I was editing my month 7 video, I was reminded that in month 6 I had a whole bunch of little breakouts on my face, and they healed and went away. So I don't think I've had any breakouts since then, which is great. However, what I can say about month 6, I'm pretty sure, is that when I had my wisdom tooth out? Yeah, I think it was. Or, yeah, it was. What fucking month is it? Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe that was a month that I had the flu. I don't know. But I was not looking after my skin because I couldn't. I was fucked. I was proper fucked. So anyway, yeah. But essentially the goal is 3 months with no breakouts. And if you're experiencing that, then he said that's a good thing. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for no breakouts for 3 months. Also, look, people have been saying, Gaston, he's gone. And he basically is. There's a tiny bit of, I can feel the scar tissue under there, and you can still see a little bit of discoloration. But look, he's good. He's all right. Here's my reminder of this medication. I just hope he doesn't stay with me for the rest of my life. There we go. Okay, that was really rambly and my brain struggled through the whole thing. I will check back in on my last day of month 8, finishing month 8. Is that right? Yes. Yes, that's right. Oh, how exciting. All right, guys. See you like now. Day 240. So today marks the end of my 8th month on this medication. This is a very beautiful sight. I have 8 more of these to go. So I start a new one tomorrow, and I just have to get through 8 more of these guys, which is really exciting. Nothing to report. Like, the skin is, you know, nothing's changed. I don't have any breakouts. I'm not really dealing with any side effects or anything like that. Blood noses. Just blood noses. I think the reason I'm having more blood noses is because of the weather. So it's getting really cold here in Melbourne, and like, my body gets dry anyway when we have like a change from summer to winter. So yeah, I think that's what's setting it off, because up until recently everything's been fine, and my lips, which I mentioned in the last clip, they have sorted themselves out as well. I've even gone back to using the lip product that I thought maybe I'm having a weird thing with that, but I don't think it is, because I've been using it recently and it's causing no issues. So I think it was just my body sort of adapting. And I think it's still like doing its thing. It's just sort of getting into a new groove of winter, which is so fun. Love that. But it shouldn't last long, because it usually doesn't. So that's it. 8 months. We're done. How exciting. Yay. Home stretch. Here I fucking come. Can't wait. I feel like I have a new lease on life. Not really, but it's something to look forward to. I can see the finish line in sight. So I'm going to wrap that up there, guys. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I will see you in the next update. Bye.